Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. As you all might be aware that Franklin Templeton India AMC has decided to close down 6 of its credit oriented debt schemes. So in this video I will be trying to answer all of your questions as an investor. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to receive regular notifications of videos uploaded by me. Also do share this video to your friends. So let's start. So many of you might be aware that Franklin Templeton, it has decided to wind up 6 of their high credit risk schemes which are managed by them effective from 23rd of April 2020. Now the AMC says that it has taken this decision in order to protect the value of the investors and to provide them with an orderly and fair exit. So if we talk about the funds which has been winded down with effect from 23rd of April, they are the Franklin India Low Duration Fund, Franklin India Dynamic Accrual Fund, Franklin India Credit Risk Fund, Franklin India Short Term Income Plan, Franklin India Ultra Short Bond Fund, and Franklin India Income Opportunities Fund. Now the combined size of these funds, they are around 25,000 to 28,000 crores, the largest being the Ultra Short Bond Fund. So does this mean that Franklin Templeton is shutting down? Is definitely no, because even after these schemes they are rounded up, Templeton still has 7 other debt funds which are stable with combined assets under management of around 17,000 to 18,000 crores. Apart from these, the house also has 15 equity funds worth around 36,000 to 37,000 crores and 11 hybrid category schemes with around rupees 3,000 crores of assets. And these funds, they will continue to function as usual. Only these 6 funds they have been winding up. Now the question comes to as an investor's mind is, what does winding up of the scheme mean and is it legal? Firstly, it's definitely legal. It is allowed as per the SEBI regulations. So what does winding up means and what will happen to investors who already invested in the previously mentioned 6 schemes? So winding up of the scheme, it implies that the units of those 6 funds, they will no longer be available for purchases. And if you have already invested on those 6 funds, you will not be able to redeem your investments, be it through lump sum amounts or through SIP, SWP, STPs, post the cutoff time on April 23rd, 2020. Franklin AMC says that it has taken the decision with the view to preserve the maximum value for the investors. As the market situation stabilizes, it is expected that Franklin would sell the portfolios in those funds in an orderly fashion and return the investors' money. So does that mean that the investors, they have lost their money? It's definitely no. Now, as and when the mutual fund recover any amount out of the portfolio, either in terms of the interest payments or maturity of the instruments being NCDs or debt instruments, they will, or if they are able to sell the investments or instruments in the market, they will make the payments, but you will not get payments in lump sums. You will get it as and when over a period of time. So why did Franklin decide to shut down the schemes? Now the main reason for this is the COVID-19 pandemic, which has adversely impacted the financial markets domestically and globally. In India, this has led to severe liquidity and credit segment crisis in the credit segment with little or no demand for the securities in the markets. Foreign investors, they are selling the equities and debt securities in Indian markets because back home, the companies, they are facing severe liquidity crunch. The massive sell-offs in the debt market, it has also led to a crash in the prices and the rises in the yields. So what does this winding down of the scheme means to investors? We have already discussed that this winding up will mean that the investors, they will not be able to invest in these schemes or withdraw money from these schemes However, over a period of time, as the market stabilizes and the fund recovers money, either by way of the interest payments on the securities which are held in those portfolios, or by way of the maturity of those instruments, it will make payments to the investors to their bank accounts. So you will not, suppose you have invested in around 1 lakh rupees in any of those schemes, you will not get a lump sum payment back of rupees 1 lakh, but over a period of time you will get the money. So how long will it basically take? This is one of the another question which is arising to the investor, that how long do we have to wait in order to get the money back? So it will basically depend on the investment that you have made on the schemes. So suppose you have invested in an ultra short duration fund, basically the instruments, they take a period of around 6 to 18 months. So you will get it in the 6 to 18 months period. But if you have invested in credit risks funds, then it takes to 4 to 5 years. So it depends on the instruments, also depends on the securities in which the scheme has invested. Next is, does that mean that the investors, they have lost their money? If definitely not, investors, they have not lost their money. The mutual fund will try to sell off the instruments as the market stabilizes and post the novel coronavirus pandemic stabilizes, and they will return the money to the investors. So there is no need for you all to panic. Another question is that will there be any capital erosion? Now this will again depend upon the portfolio, whether the portfolio is well liquidated, and depend on the underlying defaults of the securities also. I personally feel that most of the money should ideally be recovered. However, there is no guarantee to it. Depend on how the COVID-19 pandemic plays and how the Indian markets are able to stabilize itself, how the economy relapses and gets back. So basically, there are numerous factors on which this capital, whether there will capital erosion will be or not, this would depend. Also, now the question is arising is whether the debt funds, they are safe or not, and whether this problem will be limited to these 6 schemes or not. Now, first of all is that most of the mutual fund schemes in which are investing in the debt securities, they are not as risky and illiquid as these 6 schemes. These schemes were mostly investing in the risky equipments. So most liquid funds, low duration funds, the ultra short funds, they will not feel the problem. So there is no need to panic and make any hasty decisions based on this development. Now debt funds, they continue to remain good investments and they are still a great option. But just that you have to now avoid investing in high risk securities unless you specifically want to take risk. You should make investments taking to funds which are invest in AAA rated instruments or sovereign instruments like corporate bonds and banking and PSU bonds. Liquid and ultra short term bond funds, they are also good enough, but make sure that you invest in only those schemes which hold highly rated securities. For the time being, you should not invest in those schemes which are investing in highly credit risk instruments. So don't panic, don't make hasty decisions on this development, but do keep a watch on your schemes, do keep watch on the market, be an informed investor, don't make hasty decisions. Before ending, I would like to say that never depend on a single source of income, keep investing, generate other sources of income, and you will be safe from any falls on the market or in the economy. Keep investing. If you have any further questions, do let me know in the comment section below, and do subscribe to my channel and share the video among your friends. Thank you for viewing.